and I would see Jay-Z, Nas, a Big L, all the rappers freestyling in ciphers in front of the club.
That's how we met Mace, actually, in a cipher on 125th Street in front of the mall.
Yo, Cartagena.
Ah, your boy, Jason Terrence Phillips. This is the Joe and Jada show.
Brought to you by Boost Mobile. Get the whole block up. If you're going on a bus ride at King's Dominium, wherever you going, get the whole bus of Boost Mobile.
Ride Playland.
Ride Playland to Boost Mobile.
Hit up
Great
boostmobile.com. Get everybody everybody with you on the whole bus.
Hey, if you're a big baller out there in the hood, just get the whole block Boost Mobiles. That's what we doing it for. And yo, shout out to Cash App. Just jumped on board. Cash App, we love you, baby. The Joe and Jada show. Listen, man, check this out. We're going to talk about hip-hop, the origins, how hard it was for us to get in the game. I'm curious to know. See, I knew about the Warlocks. I knew about... Squad. Yeah, I knew about y'all from day one. But what you think is the difference of then and now? Or I'd rather you just say how y'all got in the game and I'll explain how I got in the game or Terror Squad got in the game.
Even way we cut and slice it, it was still what we had to do to get here. It was much harder. It was much harder and much challenging just to be able to record music. Fuck getting in the game. Just to find somebody. This is before ever going in the studio, just to find somebody that had equipment to record some freestyles or record whatever you had to write was like a task. It was only only a few, you know what I mean? So to pass that stage and then enter going into the studio and finally, recording some music that you thought was good enough to pass to the DJs or pass to a record executive. The journey from just there to there was crazy.
Well, a record executive is it's impossible. Like when I first started rapping, I just thought it was, I'm just rapping for the hood. I didn't think I would ever get a record deal. Like I thought it was like just me for the homies playing this shit. I never thought, shout out Keyboard Money Mike, the first guy who ever put me on like Bronx Cable. And me and my brother Tone Montana, we used to watch that shit over and over again. Like, he'd be like, yo, you gonna blow one day. I'm like, blow. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when did you get close enough to where you felt like, oh, I could give this person this mixtape and they could get it into the proper hands?
It was a bunch of shit that happened, but fast forward to the demo that actually was the one that was able to get passed to Mary, that eventually went to Puff's hands. We was recorded in D&D Studios.
Wow, you got to D&D. Shout out Mary, she was in the house last night. Yeah.
MJ, what's up, baby? We shot we was in D&D. However, we got the bread to make it to D&D. And it was actually while Hov was making Reasonable Doubt.
He was there.
Yeah, he was in another room making Reasonable Doubt, and we actually seen, it was a pool. Remember that? You could play pool in there.
Yeah, that's where fucking Big L threatened me and the enemy, where I had to write the rhyme in his face.
We bumped into Jazzo in there and ended up getting a beat from Jazzo that went on our demo that ended up actually being a song on Puff No Way Out that sold 10 million. So we recorded a demo in D&D. We was still wet behind the ears, but we felt like these songs was good enough. Mary got a cousin that was a part of our everyday entourage, J-Bop, Jamarco. So we kept him. We knew once we got some songs good enough, we could get it to him and he could get it to Mary. So that's what we did. And she happened to be on tour with Jodeci and she popped it in, I think, on the tour bus. And that was our end before all the other shit that I'm gonna tell you. But yeah.
That's crazy because shout out to D&D. One time I beat a guy's brakes with the phone, with a red phone in D&D. just was pounding them out with the phone, the old school phone with the wire.
Ooh, a house phone.
Nah, yo, they hated me forever since because it was like, you know, D&D was like the flyest studio, but I had the juice. I was already Fat Joe. My man was like, yo, my girl, she in the studio with these other rap guys. She was like, she's in D&D. And this Bob, yo, when I tell you who behind the scenes, you gonna bug out. He was like, yo, she in there with the dude. So I had to use my face to get in there. I'm like, yo, it's Joe Crack. They opened the door and then we beat the brakes off this guy. And they never liked, who was it? Dave and was it Dave and Mike? But anyway, man, shout out to D&D. D&D, one day I saw Jay in there recording with OC. They had this one song together and I was up in there and they was rocking. D&D was like, if you made it to D&D.
You made it to, that was like to get the recording D&D was, you felt like you
Primo
made it
had his own.
Yeah, Primo ended up buying
room.
it. He ended up buying D&D, right?
He ended up buying D&D, and then you had, so the Who's Who was in there. It was almost similar to like a Bobito and Stretch. And so I'll tell you a better one. I went to a Ron G mixtape, and I was going in, and Biggie was coming out. And I'm like, yo, Big, what's up? This, that.
Oh, that's the shotties by the shower when he said that one.
What he said?
When the shotties by the shower, you tried to shoot me while I'm shitting.
I don't even know. I'm telling you,
that Ron
I'm
G
walking in.
Had Pac and Big on.
Listen,
right?
I was there. So
Polo Grounds? Where you did?
No, it wasn't Polo Grounds. It was, he had almost by Up NYC. He had a crib on Riverside Drive.
Oh, all right.
So it was like right around from Up NYC. So I'm walking in there. Biggie Smalls is walking out. I do a freestyle. And when I'm walking out, Tupac is coming in.
Yeah.
So that was the type of shit we were happening in Stretch and Barbito when you hear the infamous, we wouldn't call it a battle, but the infamous freestyle with Big L and Jay-Z. Barbito had an open door. That shit was like if you fucked up, Barbito and Stretches, like they had everybody coming in. The craziest guys you could think of. The door was always open. And so that's when they had that legendary, I wouldn't say battle, but it was Big L and Jay-Z in there. Like Pun broke through Stretch and Barbito, but this 4 a.m, you gotta wait. You might go there one night and the whole Wu-Tang Clan is in there 13 deep, freestyling for 20 hours, and then you might get the last 10 minutes to play your new demo in there.
Those days. Speaking of mixtapes, I got a story. Do you remember this? I don't even know how we all ended up. What's the first shit on 54th? Sony? Hit Factory's in the middle. We was in Sony, all of us. Me, you
was rich already.
Nori. Nah. We was already who we were. It's still the early. This is 90s, early.
Sony was so hard.
Listen, we in there. Me, you, the Locks, Joe Crack, Nori, some other artists. Clue is there. Y'all put pressure on them. You felt he was putting your songs too far down the thing. Like, because in the mixtape era, if you wasn't in if they don't put you on a certain part of the tape,
when they put you number 28 to 26,
that's the ultimate
disrespect.
Yeah, nobody's listening to that.
So you seeing me?
I seen it was. I don't even remember how we all end up. We wasn't recording like a We Are the World or none of that for everybody to be there, but there happened to be mad artists in Clue, and y'all put a little pressure on Clue, like, yo, Clue, why the fuck you keep making my songs number 20 something in this? And good thing we worked that out.
I saw Biggie. Biggie, Clue hates the story, but I gotta say, Clue's my brother.
He leaked one of them big
songs.
Bro,
I was in Club USA. By the way, that was the flyest club ever. When Biggie came up to me at the Derringer, he had the 22 Dillinger. He was like, yo, you seen Clue? I swear to God, I just saw Clue. He was like, yo, you seen Clue? He put my shit on the tape. I'm gonna go get it. I was like, nah, I ain't see him. And I just saw Clue walk through. Clue hate when I tell that story, but Biggie definitely showed me the hammer and say he gonna find Clue, he gonna give it to him. Did you used to drive out to Queens to give Clue your song?
We would, by that, Clue was coming to either Rough Riders or they would pick, rest in peace, Pick would bring Clue the songs or he'd come to the studio.
Man, I used to have to go to Queens. It was that highway and the police was always on that highway pulling everybody over. And then at the end, they had like a 24-hour fruit market. That's where I used to meet Clue to give him the songs. But I remember, I was scared to fly. So I used to drive down to Miami twice a week and just be listening to every Clue tape. Shout out to Bakima, everybody who ever sold the mixtapes.
Harlem Music Hut.
Harlem Music Hut. Yo, one day when I had my sneaker store in, not sneaker store because we ain't have sneakers, but it was Fat Joe Halftime.
Oh, Halftime.
But yeah, we used to sell a mixtape. One day the police came in there and it was locking me up for the mixtapes because we used to sell the mixtapes. It was illegal. So they was like, yo, somebody got to go to jail. We had my man DJ Ed. He's in Atlanta. He didn't want to take the charge. He was like, yo, I can't go to jail. I wound up almost getting locked up over mixtapes. Thank God the cops just gave me a summons. But I was going to jail for selling mixtapes. It was the craziest shit. I was already a rapper. But you know what I would do, right? Shout out to Ralph McDaniels. He
Uncle
gave me
Ralph.
a huge opportunity. So for kids that don't understand, we talking about analog and shit before shit was digital and all that. All the kids would run home at 3:00 to go see Video Music Box. That's how you see the artist.
This when the TV had knobs on it, kids. You had to turn the top one on the bottom.
This is when your man, I don't even got a pocket. This is when your man Special Ed had the one hand in the pocket in the bubble and was like, I got a dog with a solid gold bone. What? We was like excited, but I met Ralph McDaniels, I'm not sure where. And I started going to see him. He had an office downtown by City Hall, and I used to have to walk. The elevator was always broken. 31 flights of stairs, and that's Fat Joe. And then Ralph started letting me host. So we going to clubs and all that, and I'm hosting, yo, what up? It's Fat Joe, yo, Video Music Box. I'm still in the streets, too. I'm wearing, like, Vans suits, big Cubans. Like, they know that's Poppy who got the work up in the Bronx. But I needed that look. You know what I'm saying? I needed that, Video Music Box type shit. I went to Apollo Theater. So for you to understand is my whole crew was already on. So Finesse, I grew up with Finesse. Lord Finesse, he said I could say this story, but Lord Finesse used to, back in the days, he was an entrepreneur. So he would sell the newspaper, right? So he had a newspaper route. So he'll come around and go, paper.
I had one too.
You too?
Yeah, I had a newspaper. Bro.
So Finesse used to go, paper. And then your moms are paying him $1 for the newspaper, but he bought it for 50 cents. He made 50 cents to go to the store to go get it. So I met Finesse through that, and we used to hang out. But he used to tell me all the time, yo, I'm going to be a rapper. Right, and I would go to his house. He would DJ. His grandmother was there. And one day I was listening to Red Alert. And your man Finesse, he played like 3 or 4 Finesse songs. And I was just like, he made it. If it wasn't for Lord Finesse, there would have never, ever, ever been Fat Joe. Like I would never believe that I could become an artist in my life. I had to see it to believe it. So when I'm listening to this, Lord Finesse is the man that you had to hear. I'm like, yo, I'm going crazy. And so Finesse gets on, Showbiz and AG get on, and Diamond was on before all of us, Stunts, Bloods, and Hip Hop, classic album. And so I said, you know what? I was hustling, I was in the streets, and I said, yo, I'm going to Apollo Theater. So y'all got to understand, I'm in the streets, making money, respected in the streets, doing everything I got to do. And I said, I'm going to the Apollo Amateur Night to get on. And this is a real story, right? So I'm already buying Dapper Dish. I'm caked up. You see me in the clubs popping bottles, all type of shit. I'm doing what I'm doing. So I go in there and I remember So this is the heart of a lion, a heart of someone who, I remember I went up in there and there was like 150 groups. And I remember like, yo, why are these people in here? Like, you know, I'm here. Like this is over. Like, no, I swear.
You already won in your brain?
What? I walked up in there like, yo, this shit. Shout out to Coco Graf. She just won the tennis. She said the whole crowd was screaming for her opponent in the French joint. And she started telling herself, Coco, Coco. They screaming Coco, but they were screaming the other girl's name.
In French.
And so you got to talk yourself into, you got to speak into existence. So I walked up in there. I didn't know what it was, but I looked at them. I said, these guys can't fuck with me. I'm, you know. And sure enough, we went out there. I had the yellow Dapper Dan tracksuit. We came outside. I had the dances. And I had a song. It was called He's a Big Shot. Fat Joe is a big shot. And I came outside and the crowd went crazy. And I tried one day to really think about it and be like, yo, what did I say to make them go crazy? But I really ain't say nothing. The second I walked outside and started rapping, they just, there's always no disrespect. There's always a fat girl that gets up there and goes, and I am telling you. And she kicked her shit off. She kicked them shoes off. You know it's over when the fat girl come up in the Apollo and go, and I am telling you.
That's
and
it.
Kick her shit. It's over.
Can't take it.
That's the cheat code. Yo, that's the cheat code in the Apollo.
It's always a voluptuous woman that can sing, yeah.
She kick her voluptuous.
A voluptuous.
She kick her
We in
shoes
media
off.
now. We got to switch the words.
Yeah, all right. We in a different type of thing.
What's this song
curvy.
go? How the song go?
And I am telling you, I'm not going. She come up in there. That shit is. Everybody going crazy.
Oh shit!
So it's similar to her. The fat guy came out. I tried. I stood up in the hotel room one day really trying to think about how I won the Apollo. And they just went crazy. They seen Joe Crack. I don't know if they knew me from the hood, from everywhere, whatever the case. And they just started screaming like crazy. They couldn't have heard one rhyme. I don't even remember one rhyme.
Yeah, what he said.
You understand what I'm saying? I was blessed. God said, yo, they going to go crazy for this guy. And I won 4 weeks in a row. And that's how I met Red Alert. Red Alert came up to me and was like, yo, DJ Red Alert, who ran the game. It was him and Mr. Magic. There's only 2 DJs playing hip-hop.
Facts.
Prime time every week. So Red Alert came to me and was like, yo, do you got any jingles, any demos? So I gave him Flojo. So I remember I was home in the projects and I had the flu. And this must have been COVID, way before the COVID. Like, I was fucked.
COVID-18.
Fucked up. There was that COVID-88. There was 88, nigga. Like, yo, that COVID came up on it. I was fucked up. And for like 2 months after I gave him my demo, I was waiting to hear it. And man, that's just it. Boom, boom. I was like, yo! I jumped up. I must have hit the ceiling. And I ran. I had the speaker and I threw it on the window right quick. And everybody was in front of the projects. And I was like, yo, this is my shit. This is my shit. Red Alert playing my shit. And so he played the Flojo. And then maybe like a year later, Chris Lighty, rest in peace, came to my hood, my block. I'm hustling. Fuck my jacks. He came to the spot. He said, yo, you know who I am? I said, yeah, I know who you is because I used to see Chris Lighty in the streets and all that. He was like, yo, I'm Chris Lighty. I think you could be a big rapper. I just signed a big deal with Relativity Records. He had Chi Ali, he had the Beat Nuts, and then I was the third one. And he was like, yo, you know, I want to make you a rapper. And I was like, what the fuck? I showed everybody that check. It was a $50,000, but it was a legit check. It's a little bit different getting drug money than getting a real check. Like, look, I got a real check. I'm showing everybody my check. Like, yo, my check. Like, yo. And that changed my life. What songs you would hear before you was on? What songs from artists?
I heard a lot of shit, but I remember always hearing Rakim. came in the door, check out my melody. I remember Check Out My Melody was always playing in the park. Basketball courts coming out of. I remember hearing Running Them, King of Rock, Big Daddy Kane, Raw, Roxanne Shante.
Man, I'm Shante.
That's that shit right there.
I'm Shante.
Rest in peace to my uncle Tommy G.
Rhymes of
That
death.
was his shit right there.
Shout out to Marley Marl, man.
That was his shit.
That man, Marley Marl's a dangerous guy. I just got back from France and I was pumping that. The Bismarck is going off. The Biz.
That was that shit.
That's one of my favorite rappers of all time, Bismarcky. And he would rest in peace. It wasn't because of lyrical. It was just like, yo.
KRS told me out of anybody in the world, he never wanted to battle Biz. And that shit was amazing to me because I'm like, Chris, I kind of thought you was just like, I kind of see you not being scared to battle Biz, but he has so much humor and crowd control that he could really actually embarrass him. So
dance.
I would think it would be G-Rap, Rakim, them type of, nah, I never wanted to battle Biz because he could just do some funny shit or do something crazy. And I said that was very interesting to hear KRS say out of everybody, all of them gladiators from that time.
And he know.
That Biz was the one he didn't want no smoke with.
He know. You know, I used to hear the Lords of the Underground.
Ooh, Mr. Funky.
Yeah, that. I live for the funk. I'm talking about on the block. Well, I'm on the block. The Jungle Brothers. Jungle
Brothers. That's SP. SP used to knock the Jungle.
Yeah.
That was classic. That Jungle Brothers.
I used to ride around looking for guys with the hammer on my lap, looking for guys. No, I'm just telling y'all the truth.
It's a family show.
All right, but I'm just saying, it's crazy because in the prime of violence, I'll be pumping Pluck 1, Pluck 2, answering service on this, and I'm looking for the smoke, boy. And I'm listening to Daisy's potholes in my lawn. Like, yo, this shit crazy, man. Or the biggest, most dangerous guys I knew. Oh, Nice and Smooth kind of like put me on. So Greg Nice and Smooth B, they used to put me on shows when they was the biggest. Yo, let me tell you something about Nice and Smooth. Let's go there, right? Nice and Smooth say, I'm Greg Nice and I am MC Smooth B. Together we are pure blend in perfect harmony. Yo, they had dances to do Cliff Love.
Just in case.
What? Keeping you waiting for long. I'm sorry for waiting so long. Like, yo, they were like a super mega group. They wasn't.
Gotta shout out Teddy Ted and Special K. Them production, that Nice and Smooth production was crazy, dog.
Well, that's the Awesome 2. The Awesome 2 was you had to be allowed to be up at like 4 a.m. to hear their show. So with me, I live in the fifth floor of the projects. We had the phone, the public phone, like the regular phone in front of the building. They would crack open the thing and they would plug the boombox on to the thing for the power. So shout out to AJ, GP, Craigo, Vance Roman, all the older dudes. They would listen to the Awesome 2 at 4 a.m. I'd be out my window. That's where I heard, we don't want to be left behind. All we want to do is just blow your mind just one more time. As I say right about now, New York City.
I got my ass whipped for being in my uncle's room, listening to that repeatedly. I was repetitively just kept listening to that. That shit captivated my mind as a little kid. But then for some stupid reason, I took the Crown Royal grease and smeared it on the receiver. They beat the brakes off. I don't even know what
Grease is the
I'm
word.
listening to that song, and then I'm listening to that theory. I'm listening to that shit over and over. A little kid. I just open it, take the silver top off, and put the grease on the with the dial.
Dumb
the
shit.
glass on it. I don't know, my grandmother, my mother, my uncle, somebody beat the shit out of me for that.
Man,
Uncle Mike.
you
That was
know what
Uncle Mike.
said?
He was in the
While
back
I'm
room.
walking down the street
That was
with
that
a box in my
That
hand,
song right there
and they
did something
playing
to my...
the music
that clicked the
of
switch
the
on me. That
Poison Clan, and you're saying
that
to
shit.
yourself that it sounds very nice. Let me tell you something. I never...
And now the whole damn...
When Block is
That
trying to sound like me, but I'm
the
original.
Now the
Yo,
dupla,
listen.
Katie,
One day,
copy, so
one day when I'm coaching at the Rucker, it said, well, I'm walking down the street I'm in the back, like getting the team ready.
they just threw that on out the speakers.
No,
and
they fucking...
they was rocking?
Ah!
Ooh.
Ah! Ah! Yo, Jada, that's the times they didn't even have videos.
Yeah.
I heard that shit in the middle of we gotta win. Yeah, I'm coaching. I ran to that fucking Rucker Park and I was in the back. I ran in there so fast, like a baby, bro. I was in there and they was like, you know, doing, and to me, it was just so innovative, so creative. When I was a kid, they rhymed like nobody else. And I got to see them in real life. Like I really got to see them. Like I was like, yo, the fucking Crash Crew.
That's ill.
Ever sign up for a phone plan thinking, wow, great price. And then a few months later, it's like, surprise, your bill is higher. With Boost Mobile, you pay $25 a month forever. That's unlimited talk, text, and data starting at just $25 a month. No price hikes, no contract, forever.
Plus, Boost Mobile is now a legit nationwide 5G network. They've invested billions building 5G towers across the country. Visit boostmobile.com or head to your local Boost Mobile store today. Get unlimited talk, text, data for $25 a month forever.
5G speeds now available in all areas. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan. Yo, listen, so we had to do stuff like, you know, I started out graffiti. So I started out writing graffiti. That's how I met Diamond D. He used to write Z-Rock. I used to write, I think I used to write Says or some shit, or Popeye. I don't fucking know. And then, so I always came from like a graffiti mentality to where with graffiti, it's all about a subculture that you king. So if you're looking for graffiti, you'll see the names up on the walls. Most people won't see them, but I don't know if somebody's doing some shit, right? So we started like that. So when I finally got my deal with Relativity, I told them to make these huge posters. So I don't even got one right now. Right now, if you got one, let me know. I'm ready to buy it. It's a black and white poster and it had the cover and it said Fat Joe the Gangster. And we tore this city a new ass
Shit's
song.
everywhere.
Bro, we used to come home every night looking like 9/11, all white. Cause it was the glue in the water. You had to put the glue in the water. So we on 59th Street, over the 59th Street Bridge. They had them green. Then we put it up there. We put it Atlantic Avenue, Brooklyn. We put it West Side Highway. We put it at Fordham. We was doing graffiti. So I had me, the Tats crew, a bunch of graffiti artists bombing these posters. Like we was bombing like it was graffiti. So we like king of the city, like, and so everywhere you go, the other record labels started like Leo Cohen, I never forget. He actually went to Relativity and said, yo, y'all gotta stop this. This Fat Joe the Gangster, these posters is too big. How do y'all have a budget to destroy this? Like, because he knew now all his artists was like, yo, we want the big posters. We want them. And he was like, yo, you're starting some new shit. Y'all got to chill. Like, these guys are going too crazy, but that's how we did with the poster boards with Big Pun, the Don Cartagena. We was out there
It was
bombing.
manual, like you said before, back when we had to roll out something back in the days, or in the 90s rather, you had to be more manual. Of course, you had the label doing whatever they did, but you had to form your own staff and get out in the street and do shit yourself. You know what I mean? Whether it was painting them stencils or just going outside, going everywhere.
Man.
You can go on Fordham, and that's like
After
a promotional day.
That's exactly it.
You know what I mean?
After I would bomb all night, get home maybe 6 a.m, I'd be at the train station in Fordham giving out little cards saying, hey, yo, I'm Fat Joe the rapper. And giving them like the cover to the single. Like I'd be on the train station like, yo, I'm Fat Joe the rapper. And just giving them shit that said Fat Joe the gangster. Same thing where the first time I ever met Biz, I went down to the Lyricist Lounge and I was giving the DJ Flojo. You know what I'm saying? I had the vinyls. So I'm giving it to him personally, and that's where I saw B.I.G. battle like 20 guys. And he was up on stage just killing them with a backpack on. That's when I met him, and he was like, yo, you Flojo, this, yeah, it's crazy, man. But everything was manual. You know, I used to come out the clubs, right? And this could be, I don't want this to be taken any way, but I would come out of SOBs, different hip hop clubs, and I would see Jay-Z, Nas, a Big L, all the rappers freestyling in ciphers in front of the club. Like, I would see everybody who became legendary, they would just be at the clubs freestyling, like outside in front of the joint. They be spitting their bars out there. How was it for you? Was you going to like?
Thing, yeah. I mean, of course we was younger, so we wasn't catching the clubs until we got of age or until we got on the label. But ciphers was a thing of a norm, like to where every day we go downtown to get with D, and before that night was over, it'd be some type of cipher. That's how we met Mace, actually, in a cipher on 125th Street in front of the Mart. T. Dean, Swiss's pops. We was with D in the Mart, and T like, yo, I know somebody that's super nice too. He live around here, 130 something, 133rd or whatever.
139th.
Yeah. So he came. I remember that day. Mace had on some Nike sandals, I think. He was dumping. He was crazy.
He was going crazy, right?
Crazy was an understatement. His flow was crazy. It didn't. The rest was history. We was,
You knew then and there he was gonna be a big boy, or you just knew he was dead nice?
We just knew he was nice. We didn't know we would be getting signed or what was gonna happen in the future.
Oh, yourself.
All of us, because we got signed around the same time, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know that's what that's where Finesse met Big L. Right in front of the Mart. Finesse went over there, was signing some autographs, and Big L was like, let me spit for you. That's where he met Big L in front of there.
That's ill.
And then he put him on and brought him with him, and he did the remix to Yes You May. And I remember just as a team player standing in the stage in the back and just seeing L catch wreck, and I knew we had one. I was just sitting in the back like, yeah. This guy is nasty. And when it come to digging in the crates, I used to have, AG had this one rhyme. Sally sold seashells down by the seashore. How much wood can the woodchuck chuck? I don't give a fuck where I saw AG, Andre the Giant. I would make him spit that rhyme to me. Sally sold seashells down by the seashore. How much wood can the woodchuck chuck more? I'd be like, yo, say the rhyme. Say the rhyme, and he would always do it for me. But that's how it literally started back in the days. It was word of mouth, and you would hear about guys, like I hear the infamous stories, like Jay said he used to pull up on DMX, and they would have...
Yeah, they had a legendary battle in the pool hall. I wasn't there for that. But that's the good back, and that's what you had to do. If somebody was nice, you had to pull up on them and hear them, and let them hear what you had. Or I think that's something that's different in today's climate of music. I was in many sessions with everybody, opposed to now was you emailing it or sending it through a cloud or.
The ill tape was
you had to bring reels to the studio. You remember that? Reels and dats and shit
Shout
like
out
that.
Jazzy J Studio, man. I did my whole album. When I got signed, the same day I got signed, my mother called me over. I went over and she told me she was diagnosed with cancer. And I'm rushing to tell her, yo, I got a record deal. I'm gonna change my life. And she tells me, yo, I got cancer. She used to smoke a lot of cigarettes. So I remember going to the doctor and the doctor telling us so the doctor was like, yo, if this was my mother, I would just send her home and spend whatever couple of months I got. I was only like 19, 18. It was crazy to me, right?
Yeah,
then we asked the doc
about that.
Yeah, we asked the doc, yo, doc, what's her chances? Doc, what's the chances? And the doc said, yo, after chemo, after this and that, she got like a 1% chance. And my mom's looked at me and said, you heard him, Joe? He said, we got a chance. We got 1%. We the 1%. We got a chance. So he went to the hospital. She did an operation. Her shit was this big because they cut her from here to here. She had to talk. But she lasted maybe 40 years after that operation, thank God.
Bless.
But my moral to the story is, remember that $50,000 check? My mom's, they wouldn't let family spend the night with her, so my mom's was scared to spend the night by herself. So at least 40,000 of the 50,000 I had to pay a registered nurse. At that time, they was expensive like now. Like it was, like 1,500 a night or some shit. So I only had 10 G's left. And that was only enough to pay for the studio. And then Diamond did me the favor. Whoever worked on the album pretty much did the beats for free. And I remember I ran out of money to mix the album, and shout out to the Beat Nuts, Juju and Les. They actually mixed my album for free. They mixed the album, to look out for me. So I'm always forever indebted to the Beat Nuts. But that's the type of shit we was doing back in them days. And then we had some guys, Messages of Funk, that was around too. Signed Relativity. They was good brothers too. And shit wasn't easy, man. And the money's different, right? So let's go to that.
Dramatically different.
No, the money's different. So you go, Magic Johnson, this so y'all could understand, youth, or anybody's watching, Magic Johnson made $1 million and they put him on Time Magazine, Sports Illustrated, everything. It was a $1 million a year. Now you got the bummiest guy in the world on the bench for $97 million. And guys are saying, is Greek Freak coming? Or he's going to stay over there and get the max and get 300-something million. The money was different. So Flojo went #1 in the country. But I was only getting $500 a show. So I'm doing Yonkers, Staten Island, and the Fever, $1,500 on a Friday. Saturday, I'm doing VA, North Carolina, DC. Bang, bang, bang. Like flying, like trying to kill myself to come back with a little 1,500 a night. And so this is the difference with the money. So no matter how popping you was, it wasn't no money at the time. So you thinking like, boom. And I go from, I literally was selling drugs. So I took I don't know if y'all truly understand, like I changed my life like Cinderella, but I was making a lot of money to like hustle for $1,500. Like, and I had to stay the course. So you have to understand, if you're going to change your life, youth, and you're going to get into the rap game and you ain't making that kind of money yet or whatever the case may be, you got to stay the course. Because I could have easily said, yo, let me go sell drugs.
I'm gonna go get
or let me stick somebody up. Like guys kept coming to me like, I used to stick people up. So that, you know, I stuck everything up to supermarkets, drug dealers, everything you can name.
Oh.
So guys would come up to me and be like, yo, we got a lick. You know what I'm saying? We got a dude, he got a couple of hundred.
That out.
You know what I'm saying? I even was offered, you know,
Crazy, dog. You crazy.
No, I'm telling you the truth. Like, they would be like, yo, we got the lick. And then they pull it off and come around with the new Benzes. Yo, crack, we try to tell you we had the lick. I'm already Flo Joe.
Well, look how ill that is, your transition from that to that. Because we had to buy a brick. We had the copper bird with our advance. 3 dudes, the advance was only enough for
So you got the deal, and then when it
when we got our first deal and the money cleared, we copped a brick and sent it to Baltimore.
There was always rumors of that.
I mean, that's
You know
real.
what I'm
That's as real as it.
So instead of you caught the deal and you thought you was going legit, you went the other way.
It was 3 of us. That was a illegitimate thing to do at the time. To get a real advance, that wasn't enough. You know what I mean? It's 3 of us. We splitting everything down the middle, 33 and a third.
Man, I had to do so much. So my reputation on the street was straight violence, right? And I came in this game and tried to become the pussiest guy in the game because I already knew people were scared to deal with me because they thinking I'm like a New York Suge Knight. And the stories was going, so I was trying my best to be the nicest guy in the world. Like, I'm trying to convince people, yo, I'm a good guy. Don't listen to what people are saying.
Look at this. Did you ever have some? This is back since we on the train.
No, we
you
doing
had something. Did you ever have an altercation in Mount Vernon? Back in the day, because we had a show. We was supposed to have a show, the Young Lot, whatever we was, and we got arrested. But we heard before that, y'all had some type of fight or something happened in Mount Vernon.
Let's talk about the original, right? That Mount Vernon show, Mount Vernon showed me what I could do and couldn't do. So I was very young and I was very crew-oriented.
Shout out to the vet,
right?
No doubt.
And these guys were dangerous guys. Like the Terror Squad from day one was very dangerous. I don't have to elaborate. I'm telling you, this is not a game. Everybody was like 7:30 and I would take them to my original shows. Mount Vernon's one of the first shows I ever did. And I used to look up to Mount Vernon because Heavy D's one of my idols. So Money Earned in Mount Vernon.
Rest in peace.
But these guys went and started beating up the fans. So so sometimes you bring the wrong hood with you, they'll beat up your fans. And so they start stomping out the fans.
Oh, man.
And that's when I realized, I said, yo, I cannot bring these guys. So if somebody grabbing me like, yo, you got a Flo Joe? The Flo Joe was #1 is what I'm trying to tell you. I did Yonkers, I did Mount Vernon, I did every movie theater you could think of.
Yo.
Now, I'm telling you, like, you know, they used to have a little movie theater. Flo Joe was ringing, nigga. Thanksgiving night, sold out, lines around the block for Flo Joe. But these guys would fight the fans. And so I'd be like, all right, Ski, recipe. I'd be like, Ski, you can't come. Such and such, you can't come. And everybody started getting mad at me. I was like, yo, you're beating up the fans. This ain't like the enemy, somebody who wants to beat me up. Somebody was like, you're swinging on the fans. And so that's crazy. It reminds me of, they had some shit. I don't know who the young boy is, but there's a young boy that was really, really popping. What's his name? Naldo something. He beat up the fan. They put him in a coma or something. So sometimes you really gotta reframe and get. But yeah, Mount Vernon, yes.
All right. No, I was one. We never made it to we got arrested in the alley. We didn't even make it to where we were supposed to perform at.
So you got there and they picked you up. Yeah, you know it's always your hometown.
Something that happened. Yeah. So we walking and it just came with a bus and shackles and mad cop cars. We was in Mount Vernon City Jail. We all got arrested. We didn't even make it to the show.
Shout out to Mount Vernon, man. Money Earned in Mount Vernon. They put out, Mount Vernon was the Beverly Hills of black people in America at one time. Malcolm X lived in one house. Stephanie Mills
Freddie
Nixon in
Myers,
one.
New York Freddie lived up there.
Your girl, Nina Simone. It was like, you know how
Right?
Mount Vernon was like, if anybody black had real money.
It was up there, right?
I'm talking about Malcolm X,
Yeah.
Nina Simone, Stephanie Mills while she's running around with fucking Michael Jackson. Like the biggest royalty, they was in Mount Vernon.
Still.
You know what I'm saying? So Mount Vernon was really, really a stretch of like wealth.
Captain Lou Albano's from Mount Vernon.
Captain
Lou
Albano.
Rest in peace, Captain Lou.
Yo, Captain Lou Albano, you remember him in what was that, the Madonna video?
Yeah.
Girls, Cyndi Lauper. Girls, they want to have fun. Oh, girls.
He had a big cameo in that video.
He was her dad.
Yeah.
He was trying to stop her.
Captain Lou.
You know that song is?
Yeah, that's one of them ones.
That's a legendary.
That's
to this day, girls want to have fun. Nah, yo, to this day, that's a legendary. That one aged well. You know? And so modern day, you say somebody like rest in peace, Extinction. They say that guy never left his house. They say he made his music, press play in the computer, was getting rich off of streams and everything. They say he never even left his house. You got artists out here now.
That shows the marginal gap of from you having to actually put the glue on the back of the promo shits and put them up yourself, to being able to make millions of dollars without even leaving the crib is incredible.
It's beyond incredible. And so the only thing I say that's not right with that is
You're missing touching the people.
Yes. You don't touch the people. You don't create. So every time I put out an album, I went on something they used to call a promo tour. I hated it because you went out there to go for free, but it ain't nothing like meeting, like, you know, you go out to San Francisco, you see Vaughn and Sway and all these guys, and then you go to LA and you create a relationship with Felly Fell and Big Boy and
Baker Brothers,
Cruz,
the Baker Boys.
Yeah, remember the Baker Boys?
Yeah, Baker Boys.
They the first syndicated crew. They was the first syndicated. So you go around and you meet all these Cosmic Cavs and all these guys, and then when you put out a record that I call a strip, it's one thing they support you with a hit, but when you put out a record that's like struggling,
and you need
that's when them guys,
they kick in.
That relationship kick in, and they start playing your shit, and then if it deserved to blow, then it'll blow. And so that's what I think the youth is missing, that communication with actual people that can help you when you're struggling. You know, because
now it's just a push of a button.
I never get involved with, like, when people tell me, yo, why you don't tell these young kids, these rappers, why you don't this? I be like, okay, so the numbers are, to discourage you, the numbers are 1 out of maybe 10 million people actually make it in rap music. So could you?
I think you botching the numbers.
All right, so what's the number? What do you think is the number?
It's 53 new rappers every day.
Who's
they
successful?
let 3 of them blow.
Nah, not every day. You very confused.
Right now, opposed to, dog, it's artists out here making money that we never gonna hear. You're never gonna hear of.
Yes, but
they successful.
Yeah, but it's hard though. It's not what you think. You think
but it's
anybody
still not the
rap?
numbers you just
How
said.
many guys?
You said numbers that's harder than the NBA. You know it's easier to hit the lotto than to make it to the NBA. You just made the rap numbers harder than both of them shits.
Well, rap numbers is that hard to be really successful.
Hell, it's not hard to
You know how many guys are 40 years old on a couch?
Successful.
You know how many, everybody raps and somebody dies and they be like, yo, rapper Wappy Wop. He was a rapper, he got killed in Brooklyn today. No, we don't know this guy.
Wappy Wop.
Just because he made a demo, he's a rapper now? You know, I'm talking about successful. Every year we could think, what, a Sexy Red? Who was the most successful rapper last year? Who was the first? Who was the newest rapper successful? Glorilla blew up, but she was already out. I'm trying to say.
She had a great year last year. Sexy.
Yep. Sexy Red too, but who just came out that's successful? We can name maybe 1 to 3 that's really making money, that's really successful? Who?
Lotto, Glorilla.
The ladies.
Lotto been out since she was 12 rapping on a show. But let's think, she put in the work and she deserves it. What I'm saying to you is like, there gotta be 1 million something plus girls trying to rap. And they made it. And so what I'm trying to tell you is that the odds are very, very, very discouraging. You got guys, just because your crew is selling you nice, just because, you got guys, you got grown men who refuse to get a 9 to 5 and they sleeping on their couch at 44 with 3 kids and they baby mama working and they out here talking about they gonna rap. If you ain't getting paid to do a show, if you ain't got no real people streaming your shit, you are not successful. You understand? So what I'm trying to tell you is that this is harder than you think. Everybody and their mother think they can rap and be successful. It does not work like that.
No, it ain't that easy, but it ain't as hard as when we had to. It's not as hard. They don't got to go through the shit we.
No. I agree. This reminds me of the classic interview that Cali had with Cali. I think he was with Ebro and them, where he started spazzing. You know how hard it was to get on and this and this and that. It was hard back in the day. It was almost impossible.
Everything was hands on.
And now I get what you're saying with a press of a button, you could be successful. A lot of people who did that, but there's a lot of people rapping thinking they're going to make it and they never make it. Most people never make it. And it's very similar to the NBA. Is that the numbers are very similar to the NBA. Now, we ain't discouraging you. I'm just trying to give you need the plan A and the plan B. Especially if you know it's not working. Because another thing, let me tell you something. This game, the entertainment business, is off momentum. That's why I got a little upset, because we came out the box #1 in the country, Apple Music, and then I had to go on vacation. It was set up ahead of time. I know that when you got momentum, you got to keep your foot on their neck. That's the way the game works. Not many artists we seen come out and get hype at the beginning. You think they're going to blow, and then they lost that. And then for years, they keep trying to come back to get. Once you got that momentum, you got to stay your foot on their neck and keep that momentum going. Think about that. How many rappers, you could easily think about how many rappers caught a buzz. I don't know if it was their work ethic. I don't know if they couldn't deliver the record. Because I remember 50 Cent killing the mixtapes and all that. And then when I heard, go, shorty, I knew, holy shit, the man here. No, he delivered. He created the hype and then dropped a motherfucking monsoon or tsunami on their ass. Now, that's not all rappers. You know how many rappers created some type of hype and then dropped the ball when it was time to let the single go?
They also they blocked it. You can't borrow people's beats. How 50 was taking shits and making it his own songs and destroying shit. They blocked that. So we got to be mindful of what they doing out here.
I could tell you what
Even
happened.
that mixtape you had, that was crazy that they took that shit off after 1 hour.
Yo, my man, they try to sue me 10 different ways. It was like the Prince estate, Michael Jackson estate. I put out a mixtape. The shit was hard. I actually concentrated on that mixtape almost like an album. I took that shit serious. I dropped that shit in 1 hour. They was like, yo, it came like, and why is that? Why Fat Joe can't make a mixtape? No.
Nobody can. They blocking that shit.
No, that shit came cease and desist. Prince, the Bee Gees, the Diss, the Total, every beat. Yes, I used the biggest beats, but it was a mixtape. I'm telling everybody, it's a mixtape. I'm trying to get it going. They shut my shit down so fast. Yo, I must have had so much high blood pressure.
Yo.
No. I drove.
It put your pressure up.
When I drove from the Lower East Side to the Bronx, I had like 9 pending lawsuits. Like his shit was coming like it was the same lawyer. They was like, hey, Joe, just to let you know, the BG said, you know better, they're gonna sue. The next thing, Prince Estate is saying they want damages, they're gonna sue. The shit just kept coming off a mixtape. It just, and look, he telling you, all these mixtapes everybody did. Fat Joe did one. And man, when I tell you, the rules were different. They shut that shit down. I never heard the mixtape again. How about that? I never heard the mixtape again. Yo, I'm telling you. I never heard the mixtape again. They shut that shit down.
They erased it from your hard drive.
Yo, they moved that shit. I was so scared after that shit. I said, yo.
You see?
9 lawsuits.
Or you can just go in the stew, borrow anybody's beat, put it out, create a buzz, you good. Now, that should have lasted 13 minutes.
Now I'm fucking over there. I'm in Saint-Tropez. They playing all type of EDM shit. And then when you go on the Spotify, they call it a mixtape.
You see?
They took the Yala.
They took the Yala.
No, they took the Yala. Right now, the language on Spotify or Apple or whatever is like, yo, the mixtape. And
so they took our shit and made it their shit, and you can't even do the shit that was our shit. That's some shit.
That's big shit. That's big time shit. And so, and that's where the game is at. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about hip hop music, and I listen to country, and they be like, country's the biggest genre or whatever, I hear mad lyrics. Like, it gotta be rap dudes in the back room writing they shit. Cause I hear like, how about corny, like watered down, like we in Saint-Tropez, and every legendary song you ever heard from Stevie Wonder, from whoever, they make their own version of it and they play it in the hotels, the clubs, the bars. And you nowadays, if you go on YouTube, to be honest with you, and you like slow jams, you hear the fake Boys to Men, the fake Luther, the fake, like, what the fuck is, why we can't hear the real fucking
It
record?
got something to do with the streaming and all of that, the shit that we never had to worry about.
Yo, lately,
They on top of that shit to the max.
Lately I've been like, you know, cause my shit is R&B and all that, so I go to a hotel, I throw on the YouTube, and I keep hearing the fake Joe, the fake Lionel Richie, like niggas is coming
Covers. There's somebody.
Covers. But how do they get the placement? How do they get the stream? The fake covers get the stream over the original.
It's something they leaving out in order to be, because you know how it go. If they left one symbol off of one snare is missing or something. They give them the ability to do it.
I also never like, very rare, I get it. A lot of artists, we've been robbed. I've been robbed. You know, I got robbed from my publishing when I was young. Guy pull up on me, he was like, yo, we Latino, we gotta take care of each other. His name Jellybean Benitez. They supposedly discovered Madonna and all that. He gave me $50,000 and never gave me another dollar. He must have robbed me for 10, 20 million. I'm talking about, and Big Pun.
He deserved the torpedo back.
No, this guy needs more than a torpedo. But, you know, we never see him, but it's cool. But the man robbed me, right, from my publishing. So I get it. Everybody get robbed. You know, whoever you name, a Timberland, a Missy, or this. They always was in the kitchen cooking up. Scott Storch was cooking up, not getting the credit, right? So we all got robbed in one way or another, right? When the artists go now and do their own song over because they got robbed for their publishing or something like that, and they could own the master now, it never sound like the original.
Nah, you know that.
And we're so used to the original. And I don't care who you name. I listen to a bunch of artists like redo the song. Their voice don't sound the same.
Yeah, you older now.
You older now. Your shit don't sound the same. And you out here trying to recreate the magic. I say, keep performing, make your money. Don't fuck up the song. Because now they switch it out. So they'll take out the original that we love,
And put yours. That's money.
When they put your shit in there, it's money for the artist, but the shit is whacker than the original.
Yeah.
Let me use the bathroom once, please.
It's hard on the ears. Nobody can do this song over and it sound good. I don't give a fuck who it is. You can't make, if he did Flow Joe right now, it's gonna sound garbage. You can't get back into
You
a
know why?
pocket.
Because we've been used to hearing the shit a certain way.
Once your ears
We love when the drum hit.
unhearing.
We love when that shit break down and then it shit switch up. You like,
Even though you the one who made it, if I had to go back and do,
Listen,
it's not gonna sound the same.
the only guys.
That's
Anyway,
real
you know
shit.
what? I'm not even gonna say
That's
who.
not sounding. It's never gonna sound the same. It's like
This is the part of the show. Jada, you can't duplicate
Can't
the weed
duplicate
plant.
it,
The shit
yeah.
come from different plants.
You
You never get. I never understood weed. Like if I went to the same guy, Pablo, he can't guarantee me that the weed he sold me earlier
How
comes
about
from the
this?
same plant
Right.
of
Me
the
and Pete
fucking.
went to Montego Bay. These niggas spent 40 M's. They went to Cali and copied the whole shit. They went to Montego Bay, spent 40 M's, cloned the whole shit, everything, and grew straight garbage. They wasted 40 M's. You know what it was? The soil and the heat and how Jamaica is ain't Cali weed is like that because the demographics of Cali. Just because you copied it and tried it in Jamaica, it was too hot. The shit came out garbage and they wasted their breath.
My shit is this. That's an interesting story. But my
40 M's.
listen, my thing is this. If I go to McDonald's, I know what the chicken McNugget is. No, I'm dead ass.
No, the answer
No,
is
wait.
processed
What I'm trying to tell you-
something that grows.
I'm just saying, when I go, my shit is food, your shit is weed. So when I go, when I go somewhere,
Yo,
I eat the,
That
yo,
I
it's in there. But listen, we got it.
My shit,
We rolling.
we gotta be one.
No, I come off the plane. I'm in Sancho Pay, all this shit. Right? I'm eating all this kind of weird ass food.
Rich shit.
Right?
You needed to get back to some of that BX.
I got right back to Jimmy's Bronx Cafe, took 2 scoops, and I was like, I know this. What I didn't understand is how the weed guy could never tell you. With like Newport, it tastes like a Newport. How could you buy weed from a different plant every
The
time?
answer to that is you see how when you go to restaurants, you know it's guaranteed. When you go weed shopping, you have to go and try it every time. Say we sent them,
You gotta sample it.
You send them for a diet pack.
You gotta sample it.
Yeah, you gotta try it every time. With weed, you gotta try it every time. Cause it's not gonna be right. Every time you gotta. Oh no, let me see this one. Oh no.
Oh, like
You
that.
can't guarantee, yeah, because you're going to order what you ordered and it ain't going to be what you ordered.
Hey, any weed they give me make me run butt naked outside.
Yo,
I don't want it. Nah, I don't want it.
That was Frankie, baby. That
Nah,
wasn't no
yeah.
weed.
Yeah,
He gave you
listen,
that shit for Friday, that smoky.
let me tell you something, bro.
Shout out to Dochi, man. She had one of the, yeah, she knew, she had it.
We talk about one.
You said
You know how many Dochis
it's not
how
going to
many-
be that many more.
you know how
They ain't
many
making
girls-
more Dochis?
is rapping right now? How many millions of girls is rapping and Dochi made it? I'm just trying to tell you the odds. Yo, bro, everybody sitting on the couch is not going to be a successful rapper. They all around the world and all around, like in Africa right now, they must think they're going to be the next Davido or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying you got to keep an A and a B plan. I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying chances are, you know how many times I went to karaoke and a girl came up in there and sung the fuck out of the karaoke, but she never blew up as a superstar? Like, the chances is really hard. So what I'm saying to you is this. All right, I'm giving you a good one. Our fans love shit like that. Fans of the podcast, Joe and Jada, and we want to thank you for 100,000 subscribers like that.
22 days, baby.
Instagram about to crack 100,000. We like 97,000 or some shit like that. But listen, the top 5 greatest hip hop songs ever. I'ma let you set it off.
Again.
I'ma let you set it off.
I hate
And
this.
yo, artists, producers, stop getting fucking mad. We love all of y'all.
It's more than 5.
If we don't fucking
I'll
pick
be the
that
first
song
to
or
tell you,
whatever,
it's
y'all
more than
keep hitting
5.
me up, popping shit. Like, yo, stop. I love all of y'all. Y'all all are supposed to be the greatest of all time.
Forcing me to do this.
He gonna pick 5. I'm gonna pick 5. Don't, Rob Bass, do not call me and curse me out tomorrow. When this shit
You
drop.
got the right to, because it takes 2.
It
It's
takes
one.
2. I try to get.
It could be, because, you know what I'm saying? It's millions of them, though. I don't
telling
want
you.
to. It's victimizing me, making me do this.
That's right. That's right. Top 5 biggest hip hop songs of all time.
You see why this is a bad thing? Because it goes off your age. I can say 5 and there's somebody that a new
Never heard
person
it.
did.
But it's okay.
That's not fair.
It's okay. Our demographic is people our age, real hip hop, and then we got some young kids who really want to know the real. So
The top 5 hip hop songs of all time. How the fuck am I supposed to know?
I don't know, but what you think when you heard it, or you hear it and you just like, yo, this is the biggest shit ever.
See, I'm trying to think of since I ever first heard hip hop to now.
Oh, no, that's
I got
hard.
nothing but cluster.
No, that's hard.
Nothing. I'm drawing white noise. Why don't you go first?
Damn, you set
This
me
is
up.
this is
Why
your
you want?
type.
Nah, this
Your-
ain't my shit.
This
This
is
is what
This is all you right here. You go first.
I'll say. Hip hop hooray, naughty by nature. I'll say. Still Dre. That's where it gets tricky. I'll say. I'm just saying biggest hip hop shit.
You get caught up.
Hold up.
Get caught up thinking.
I'll say New York, Alicia Keys and Jay-Z.
You
Right?
bouncing around years. All right, you made it easier for me. I like this. Because I could have easily. Go ahead. That's 3. What do you got? 3 or
What
4?
3 I said? What 3 I said?
Said New York hip hop array and
New York, Alicia
Alicia
Keys, and I
Keys
think we got the best New York hip hop record. Now, I'm just saying.
name the 5 already, crack.
Hip Hop Array won the
Hip
first.
hop array.
Huh?
Hip Hop Array won the first Grammy, the first rap for the first Grammy for the rap album for a rap album in 1996.
Look at that hip hop fucking hooray. Okay, I got hip hop array. I got, what was the second one I said? Still Dre. Right? You know, you hear them pianos, huh? And then we got New York.
You got Hov in top 2 of the greatest songs of all time. I
He
like
on
that.
2 of the greatest songs of all time.
You only on 3 though. You got 2 more.
Biggie Hypnotize. Biggie Hypnotize. Right? And fuck it. I'll go cliche. I'll go Tupac, Dear Mama.
I need a.
I'm not.
You did all. Those is all fucking top tier songs. I can't be mad at it.
We have
You
said.
talking about of all time, right?
Yeah. You think I just hit a certain
you
age
didn't-
group?
There's no way to be right or wrong. I think those songs is fucking.
That's exactly the point. There's no way to be right or wrong. So
Because it
my
goes off
people
you.
don't call me and curse me out. Every time I do a producer, every time I do this, every time I do that, they want to fucking kill me. Like, yo, I love everybody, man, but I'm just telling you, hip hop hooray, ho, hey, ho. I'm talking about Hypnotize. New York.
This nigga's fucking.
I'm
me
talking
up.
about the biggest shit.
He fucked me up. I don't know, man. I'm gonna say nobody take nothing because I don't like doing these. So I'm on y'all side where y'all call him and flip on him and everybody call crack because this is his idea. But if I gotta give you 5, I can't. And I'm gonna try. One of them gotta be something from Snoop.
What? the-
Gin and juice
Oof.
or the G thing or one of them shits is definitely one of them. Snoop and Dre together got one of them. I don't know which one. Take your pick. That's one. Count that as one. Right? Now, Run DMC, King of Rock.
Ooh.
That gotta be one, because that's one of the first songs I ever heard in my life.
Now that's what set it off.
I'm up to 3. Nah. Other one was, you gotta make your own one. I gave you Dre and Snoop is one. One of they shits is one. Yeah. I'm cheating, but he's left me no choice.
He ain't go specific with it.
I said gin and juice or G thing. Those is, take your pick.
One,
King
two,
hip-hop,
two
King
into
of rock.
the 4.
That's
Me and
2.
Stupid Dog.
Of all times,
We gotta bring the clock, the timer in here.
Yeah, because this is
yo, Jada, man, this shit. You got, I mean, what else? You got a whole bunch.
X got one too. I don't know which one it is. Look.
That's the stop, drop, shut them up, fun them up, drop.
What you call them is bigger than that.
What?
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Y'all gonna make me lose
that shit rips out the
up in here.
That shit
up
rips
in
out
here.
the screws.
Y'all gonna make me
With
go all out.
You know what's
up
crazy
in
with
here.
that song? The hook is so top 40. The verses is disrespect. The verses is saying the most crazy shit
now,
on.
suck my dick.
Yeah, he's saying
When the one thing, gun thing. Like, yo, he going crazy.
verses is crazy.
You know, we had a thing. Let me shout out Cool and Dre. We had a thing. We would kill him on the verse and make him dance on the hook. We would always do
You
that.
gotta stop giving the formulas out around here. Don't tell these people that. When I'm up to 3 or 4, man.
You up to 3. DMX.
Yeah. Now I'm up to 4.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Oh, I'm leaving shit out. I think don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit. NWA got one too. Pick it.
Fuck the police.
If you have one you want, that's one. NWA. They got one.
Biggest of all time? Great. Biggest.
NWA one? You don't question it's NWA.
Compton's bigger than fuck the police?
That's why I just give you NWA. They got one of them shits they got is bigger than. I gotta switch demographics. I sit alone in my 4 corner. That's it, man. I got millions or more, but I just had to pull out. I wanted to be diverse with my picks. Look, I got the whole production there singing that in the back.
Listen, man, I was hustling. I was in the street hustling, and my brother told Montana to pull up in the red truck, the Wrangler truck. He looked at me. I swear to God, this is like a movie. He pulled over. I'm on the block watching the shit. I don't want to say what block, but I'm on the block watching. And he ran up to me. And his face, it looked like a movie. This is my best friend, rest in peace. And he running like, he had to tell me something crazy. So I'm like, yo, Tone, what's up? He said, yo, come here. Come here, please, come here. And the man pressed play because he had the system. Boom, 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 boom. I sit alone in my 4-corner room staring at. We started dancing around this truck. When they played My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me, dancing around it like, yo, this shit is great. And every drug dealer felt like paranoid. You felt like, I take the feds everywhere I go. That's why I'm paranoid. Like everybody living that life.
Yeah,
you know.
I was one of them ones.
Nah. So let me get Jada's, what did you write down Jada's 5? Look, it's other songs bigger than mine and his. We just saying,
50,
he said some
50
big
Go is one of the biggest songs I have.
Go. Which one? Go?
Yeah,
what in the club?
50 is your birthday. It's
ain't
nobody in the world that don't know that song. You could go, niggas that can't talk know how to sing.
I'm just saying, I agree with you with that. You know what I'm saying? With the 50 Cent, damn, that was a good one. That should have made some shit, right?
Yeah, that shit did.
Nah. It's your birthday? That's the cheat code.
You gotta be able to talk and you can sing that.
That's the cheat code. But what did we do? What did I pick? What Jada pick on the top 5?
So Jada just ran down. It was either he had what's called King of Rock by Run DMC. Pick a Snoop or Dre G thing, or I think G thing would be the one. Mom's Playing Tricks on Me, DMX Up in Here, and then NWA, Fuck the Police, or
Compton. What did I pick?
You pick,
New York.
Yo, you gotta stop. Yo, you see the violating.
That's one of my favorite songs.
Violating.
That's one of my favorite songs. You kidding me?
Yo, your man violating my shit right here.
We both picked some main shits.
Jada be on that bullshit. He throw the hoodie over. He like, ooh, yo. Like,
can I get
like,
a Joe
he
and
over
Jada
here picking.
hoodie, man?
I stand alone in the
Just
four
the
corner
hood
room with us.
for when I don't got one. Those is missiles. Those
Hip
are
Operate, Biggie Hypnotized, Snoop Dogg. So I said Still Dre. I went Still Dre. And then I went, was Tupac,
Dear
Dear
Mama.
Mama.
That was great. Those is great. Hove Give It To Me is one of them shits too. They know that shit everywhere and anywhere you could go on with human beings.
And then we're gonna both agree honorary should be in there is In the Club,
It's mad people.
50 Cent.
In the Club is definitely one
In the
of the
Club
biggest
is like the biggest disrespect ever created. You know, we start disrespecting, we go doo-doom, doom, doom. But doo-doom, doom, doom.
Yeah, Bus is that.
What the dilly's the dilly, what the
Bus
dilly,
supposed
yo.
to be on
So then when the ice grilly,
a
what
lot
the
of
dilly,
people
yo.
supposed to be on
Oh,
there.
baby, if you give it to me,
Yeah.
I give it to you. You know what I want. You know I got it.
I can't take it.
Yo, listen, Boost Mobile.
Just
Yo, you know what this is? Boost Mobile, Joe Crack, Jada. Stay tuned. #1 podcast in the game, but we want to smoke with everybody.
appreciate
I'm talking
y'all.
about Joe Rogan. I'm talking about Alice Cooper. Whoever y'all want. Somebody step up. Please. I'm going to knock your kufi off.
Thank
Come play
y'all.
with
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Joe and Jada Show. Presented by Boost Mobile. Joe and Jada.
Let's go.
This ain't that.
And that ain't this. Because it's crack and kiss.
What?